Convicted killer and arsonist Mark Leonard will spend the rest of his life in prison for planning and carrying out the Richmond Hill explosion. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Stair.
And I'm Andrea Moorhead. The judge imposed 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole for the murders of Dion and Jennifer Longworth.
Leonard also got 75 years on the other counts, and those sentences will be served consecutively. That means one right after the other.
Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Chapman was in the South Bend courtroom when Leonard learned his fate. She joins us live with the latest development in this case. Sandra?
In handing down the sentence, the judge here in St. Joseph County says he's never seen a case like this in the criminal justice system. And there's no way to write what happened at Richmond Hill, not even putting Mark Leonard behind bars for the rest of his life. 2 consecutive life without parole sentences plus a term of 75 years in prison handed down to the mastermind of the Richmond Hill explosion from jurors who convicted Mark Leonard.
Justice was served.
To prosecutors and the victims' families.
Judge Marnoka recognized Mr. Leonard as being the worst of the worst, and somehow that helps a little bit.
But we can say, based upon what we've done here, you better think twice before you engage in this kind of conduct.
St. Joseph County Judge John Marnoka ruled life without parole was appropriate for Leonard, saying Leonard caused everything to be, creating what he described as a bomb.
I miss my son and his wife. This makes me feel that it's going to work out, that everything will be all right.
Defense attorney Diane Black argued Leonard didn't deserve life without parole, calling the explosion a perfect storm. At one point, she turned and addressed the family, saying, "I have grieved with you. I'm sorry for your pain." But victims' families were unmoved. Dion Longworth's mother said, quote, "I hate that my brilliant son was brought down by fools." It's expected that the 2 life sentences will be appealed, but prosecutors say even if they are, the judge has laid a very good framework to keep Mark Leonard behind bars for the rest of his life. We'll have much more coming up at 6 o'clock. In South Bend, Sandra Chapman, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Sandra, thank you. And as we've mentioned, Leonard is one of 5 people who were charged in the Southside explosion. Mark's former girlfriend, Monserrate Shirley, reached a plea agreement with prosecutors in exchange for her testimony. Mark's half-brother, Bob Leonard, will go to trial in January in Allen County for murder and arson. And prosecutors also charged Gary Thompson and Glenn Holtz for their alleged roles also in the crime. And you can see all of our other stories that we have on this case in a special section of our website. Just go to WTHR.com. You'll find it under Hot Topics.